We're going to start right away with an instrument called a mandolin. And the young fellow, he's 13 years old, and he is a wonderful mandolin player for his age. He's performed with everybody like Sam Bush, even Billy Strings. We're going to talk to him about that shortly. He's going to do a Bill Monroe song. Why? Because Bill Monroe made the mandolin famous, especially with bluegrass music. This is a tune called Fairplay. It's by Bill Monroe. Please welcome 13-year-old Wyatt Ellis to Woodsongs Kids. Yeah. 13-year-old Wyatt Ellis, all the way from the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. Wyatt, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah,
you play the mandolin. How long have you been playing the mandolin?
I've been playing the mandolin for about 3.5 years.
That's not a very, very long time. So you started when you were about 10 years old, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what made you want to pick the mandolin up? Why the mandolin?
You know, living in Knoxville, Tennessee, I heard Rocky Top all my life with Bobby Osborne playing the mandolin, and I wondered what the mandolin was. I looked into it and decided to get one.
Well, let's get our cameras to come up close to the mandolin. And for those listening on radio, it's a small instrument, right? It's not very big. And when you're a young kid, I mean, it's probably easy to put your fingers around it because it's not a very big neck, is it?
No.
So tell me the process of learning the mandolin. What did you have to do to learn how to play the mandolin?
Well, first of all, it was a whole lot of hard work, you know, and sitting around playing the mandolin a lot, picking out some of my favorite solos from some of my favorite players, you know, like Bill Monroe, Bobby Osborne, by ear.
Now, a lot of the young kids tuning in may not know who Bill Monroe is, so explain who he was and why he's such an important musician for bluegrass and the mandolin.
Yeah, so Bill Monroe is known as the father of bluegrass. He created bluegrass music. Him and his brother Charlie started out as a duo, and he eventually came up with his own band, Bill Monroe and the Bluegrass Boys. They played the Grand Ole Opry in 1939 and created bluegrass music. And
speaking of the Grand Ole Opry, tell me who recently performed on the Grand Ole Opry stage.
Well, I actually got to play on the Grand Ole Opry with Daly and Vincent just about a week ago.
So you, 13 years old, playing the Grand Ole Opry. That must have been fun, right?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Let's get into some more of your music. This is a song that you wrote,
yes.
Right? Is writing on the mandolin, is that a hard thing to do?
You know, for me, it's just, you know, something I enjoy doing, and sometimes I'll just sit down and it'll come out.
And there it is. This is called Winds of Rowan County. It's Wyatt Ellis, 13 years old, on Woodsongs Kids. Beautiful. Wyatt Ellis, 13 years old, from Tennessee, an original song called Wings of Rowan County. And Wyatt, a lot of folks have heroes that they model themselves after, and a lot of people look up to Sam Bush. You got to perform with Sam, right?
Yeah, that was awesome.
A lot of people like Sierra Hull. She's sort of a young gun in mandolin world. You got to play with her. And recently, Billy Strings. What was that like?
That was amazing. It was at Spigma. He's like, hey, man, you want to jam?
He's just roaming the halls like a
Yeah.
normal guy, right? And here he puts 10,000 people in arenas and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And Wyatt Ellis is playing with him. That's a pretty cool thing for a 13-year-old kid. And it shows how nice this form of music is because people help each other, right?
Yes.
And you help a lot of folks yourself. You're going to do another song that's a hero of yours, Red Henry.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is a tune called Red Zeppelin. That's a cool name. It's Wyatt Ellis on Woodsongs Kids with his mandolin. Thirteen-year-old Wyatt Ellis on Woodsongs Kids. Now, you're about to play a song that most people will associate with the banjo, right? A song like this.
Fiddle.
Fiddle. And you're going to do a mandolin rendition of what is a very famous fiddle tune. So how hard was this for you to learn?
Well, one of my biggest heroes of all time, Marty Stewart. I've heard him do this many times on stage. So, and I kind of got inspired by that to play it on the mandolin and sing it myself.
Well, we're going to check this out. He's 13 years old. Wyatt Ellis from Tennessee is going to play the Orange Blossom Special on the mandolin.
Look yonder coming. Down that railroad track. Look yonder coming down that railroad track. It's that Orange Blossom Special bringing my baby back. I'm going down to Florida. Get some sand in my shoes. Going to California. Get some sand in my shoes. It's that orange blossom special to lose these New York blues.
Good job, Wyatt. Wyatt Ellis, 13 years old from Tennessee.